guys, welcome to my English channel. Today's tutorial is on something that I love, skin. I love perfect skin foundation routine. I just enjoy it so much, making my skin look beautiful. So today's tutorial is on a glowy skin, and I'm using really different tricks that I think you guys are gonna like a lot. So I really hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so the first step for this glowy skin look is going to be my Eau de Beauté water, which is just gonna make my skin, my complexion more glowy, and it's great for the pores, and it also works as a primer as well, so it will hold my makeup all night long. I let it set for about a minute. So the second thing we're gonna do is hydrate the skin. That's very important. If you have oily skin, dry skin, any type of skin, you should hydrate it before you apply your foundation. So today I'm gonna use my embryolisse, one of my favorite moisturizers, and I'm gonna put it on a plate like this because I'm going to mix my moisturizer with a pigment. And that's where the trick comes in. You can mix your pigment with your moisturizer or your foundation, but mixing in with the moisturizer will give you a nicer effect. And what is that gonna do? That's gonna make your skin really glowy, but not too shiny. It's just gonna create like a glowy complexion, and it's gonna look great, you see. So here I'm using Melon Pigment by MAC, which is kind of bronzy, but if you have lighter skin, you should go with a more goldish, a true gold pigment, so that it doesn't add any pigmentation to your skin, or else you will look a bit dark. So I put a little bit of pigment and I'm gonna mix it. I just mix it with the end of a brush, or you can use a spoon, whatever you want. So I'm gonna start taking the moisturizer and applying it on my face. And you can already tell that it's making it really glowy. So I'm gonna press it on a little bit so that my skin sucks all the moisturizer in. So I look super glowy right now. It's almost like I'm shiny, but then when we apply the foundation, it's gonna look great. So guys, I'm gonna take my earrings out so that it doesn't bug me while I'm doing my skin, and I'm gonna put my hair back so that we don't get any product on the hair and it's easier to do the skin. Okay, so one other tip for you guys is when you're doing this glowy, I mean always, not only when you do this type of skin, to always do your eyes first and then do the skin, especially when you're using this technique, this glowy technique, because it's not good to be touching up a lot. Because when I do my skin first and then my eyes, it's like I do my skin, I do my eyes, and then I come back and touch up the skin with concealer and stuff. So it's better to do your eyes first. So if you get any fallouts, you just take it out and then you start the skin with primer, moisturizer, and everything. Okay, so my eyes are done and we're gonna continue on the skin. So the next step would be foundation, and I'm gonna use my Sheer Glow by NARS, which is my current favorite one, and my shade is Stromboli, if you're wondering. So I put the foundation in the back of my hand, and with my Kabuki brush by Sigma, I'm gonna start dabbing the product on my skin, and you can already tell how great the foundation looks on top of the moisturizer and pigment. Now a little bit on my neck so that it looks even. So you guys can see that I'm not like rubbing the product. The brush is just really dabbing it on, so it will give you a nicer finish. So next we're gonna apply concealer, and I'm gonna use my Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS that I love. And we're gonna apply concealer under the eye to highlight and make the eye stand out more, and of course to hide any dark spots, under eye circles, and this little dot pimple. thingy that I have here. So now I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm going to make it a bit wet. And I'm gonna set my concealer with it. So it's all about dabbing it on. So after concealer comes the powder. So my option here will be, if you don't need it, don't use it, because then your skin will be more glowy, because the powder really, you know, it makes the skin a bit matte because you use it to prevent oiliness. But if you have oily skin or combination, you can use powder, but use only a little bit. And if possible, apply it with a dual fiber brush, because you only get a little bit of product and it's like exactly what you need. So don't apply a lot of powder. I have combination skin, so I'm only gonna apply it on my T-zone and only a little bit. So I'm using this really thin powder by Lorac. It's the Perfection, and I'm dabbing as well. And now we're gonna start contouring the face. You can do everything you usually do. So I am gonna contour, I am going to highlight, of course, but let's contour first. And for this type of glowy skin, I have been loving this Intensity Duo blush by NARS. It looks like a bronzer because it's brown, so you can use it as a bronzer, and I have been using it to contour my face. So this is the shade Craving. It comes with the brown and a highlighting color. So I'm gonna take this flat top brush and I'm gonna start applying it on my chin to make it look smaller. And from the chin, I blend it down on my neck. And then you're gonna start contouring your cheeks. So right under your cheekbone. Usually it starts here on your hairline. So after you contour, I'm gonna come in with a dual fiber brush and blend it. And of course, I have to contour my nose. And I'm just gonna use a regular powder, brown powder. This is Hoola, a brown bronzer. Of course, the bronzer is brown. I'm gonna use Hoola by Benefit, which is a light brown, with a small blending brush. And I'm gonna apply it on the sides. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer on a synthetic brush and I'm gonna highlight the top of the nose right on the center. Okay, so now after contouring, we're going to highlight, and that's what's gonna make our skin look gorgeous and flawless, especially on photos. So I'm gonna use as a base a liquid highlighter. My two favorite ones of the moment, let me get it here, is the Sunbeam by Benefit and the Super Orgasm by NARS. So the Sunbeam is more like of a true gold, bronzy, a coppered gold. And Super Orgasm has a coral undertone to it. And because it's a summer glowy skin, I am gonna use Orgasm because it'll give me some color, which is gonna look nice for summer. I dab it on my hand with my two fingers. I'm gonna apply it here on top of my cheekbone. So starting at the end of your eye, it's like almost a C here. That's where you're gonna apply it. A little bit of my Cupid's bow. I love that word, how they name this. Yeah. Cupid's bow. So now I'm gonna apply a little bit of powder highlighter on top of what we just created and on the nose as well. On the nose, I don't like to use the cream one so that, because my nose usually, it tends to get oily, so I only apply the powder. So today I'm gonna use this highlighting powder from the Duo Intensity Blush Duo. Frenzy Color Duo Color. And I'm gonna take it with a small blending brush on the bridge of my nose. So now I'm gonna apply it here on top of my cheekbone. So I do like to highlight and then do blush afterwards. Some people like to apply blush and then highlight, but I feel like I get a nicer effect when the blush is after the highlighter. So now I'm just gonna blend a little bit here so we don't get too much shine. Okay, so for blush, I'm not using something with shimmer. I'm gonna use a matte blush, but the color is gorgeous and it's gonna look great with all this glowiness. So it's Peaches by MAC, and just a little bit on the apples. I'm gonna start blending it. So for the lips, I'm gonna apply Tequila Sunrise by Gerard Cosmetics, which is a beautiful coral. And on top of it, just to make it more subtle, Kimchi Doll by Gerard as well. So now that the look is done, before I leave the house, I always apply my Eau de Beauté Beauty Water, which is a glowing water, which is gonna give you a glowy effect. The one that we applied in the beginning, I apply it after the makeup is done. So it'll keep my skin looking fresh, and it smells so good. So that's it, guys. I really hope you liked this tutorial. And before we go, I want to teach you a Portuguese word. Today I'm going to teach you how to say imperfection, because we all have imperfections, but we should all be okay with them, right? So in Portuguese, you say imperfeição. Repeat with me, imperfeição. Hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to rate, leave your comments with more video suggestions, and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Stay beautiful. Mwah. Bye.